lovely hands, beautiful hands. Oh, he really was a class player. Great man to pull on the ball.
He's so much pride on the game of hurling. Fellas like Donie and Nealon will never see him again.
Agus ní dhéana sé rud grán a suúrach ina héal.
Is as an maiile nua gunda hebredárin de Donie Nealon. Tá sé hain agus na glúnte chóirmhe fitte fuite is stair cheantar.
Taobh hir déim an teach ina rugug agus na tógug mise, beag nach 7 bliana hen. Tá mo éifear na cónaí ann fós, tá sí post ann. Agus mo dhéis an seo, an sean scoil inar bhún mo cheanathair agus mo chean mháthair. Tháinig mo cheanathair ó Crumtha I 1880 nó mar sin. Agus bhí sé féin agus a bhean céile mar réad ag múna sa sean scoil sill go dtí 1923 nó 24. An sin tháinig mo athair ródaí ar ais ó chunda Kilkennig. Dathraigh meathair ón sean scoil sa Shráidbhaile, agus thosaigh sé sa scoil nua seo I trocha héan. Agus bhí sé ag múna sa scoil sin go dtí 1963 nuair a tháinig mé féin a bhaile ó Bhá Clia. Agus in 1977 a tógadh an scoil nua sin, agus bhí mé ag múna ann go dtí 1991 nuair a d'éirigh mé féin as ofaigh. So idir mo cheanathair, meathair agus mé féin, de caithe mar 100 agus a 2 bliain ag múna I baróiste óchala ara.
Má lean Donie gairin beathair, lean sé a phríomhcha a bhaimsire chamá, luascut na funseoige.
Bhí sé mar ionadaí ar an bhfoirn sin I 25, bhuaigh tibredáin ar Gael sa chluthe sin. Agus an bhíon ina dhéag sin heistil siad go America. Cá siad 3 bhí as an tír seo. Cá siad 3 bhí sa Mheiriceá agus heistil siad ó chósta go Costa America. Bhí an mar fada go. Gach tráinóna, gach saharn tháinig mé féin mar a háracha agus mar a fúracha amach an seo le meathair ag gimmert agus ag cleachta. Agus bhí meathair mar tréálaí mar inú nóir doing a dtí an tú. Agus chuir sé smachtaring, chuir sé an bhéimar 45 rodí a dtí an tú. An cumán, beag bhí cumán, gear, éitrim gach bhí líród, ledóige nó líród spointse a going, ní raibh slitar a going, bhí sé ró rám. Chuir sé an bhéim freisin ar an ghraim ceart ar an cumán, an lúsca ceart ar an cumán, agus an slitar a bhúla ar dheis agus ar chlé. Skilline bunúsca mar sin.
My father had a great influence on us, and when we were young, playing camogie and hurling with the boys. And the last 3 girls of the family, my 2 sisters younger than me and myself, we played with Portrow. And we played a lot with the young boys out in the field down there and the field over here.
Our bark and croaky mar a dúir tú. Ceapan mar gur bark and croaky bhí ann, agus gur réaltan bhí ann freisin. Fína lads mór do réáil siad an seo freisin. Ní raibh aon áit eile acu. Nú nach raibh ceadaghaing imirt sa fág, cúmar amach ar an móthir. Agus bhí dos éon nó letas éon búclaíoga ag imirt sin siús síos an bóthir. Uanta bhí oring nuair a bhí gach líród cailte, nó gach líród ledóige cainte bhuiine mar úsáid ach as Andrews 10 in isise sa réis.
Bhí na skillan na bunúsacha leoga I móchail gábhlíon 10 díos, agus inis thug Donie faoin géad level eile, coran I arta.
Cúig mé go coláiste Lhanán an coláiste Dióise I dahad an agus cá mé cúig bhlín ann.
I remember this fella, you know, he was very small, I'd be bigger than him, but a cracking hurler even at that stage. Flannan's, like any boarding school at the time, was a tough place. It was hurling kept us going, really. You had hurling every evening. It all then built up to the Harty. And then 54 was our leaving cert year, and I was a sub. Donie was on the team.
Bhí an bhuaigh going boomer Turla CBS sa Clé Canish. Bhí 10 míle an glithe sin I Limonach.
He got 8 points in that Harty final, 6 points from frees, and he was outstanding.
Anion bheith na réalt colostí, ní dimmer sé amant vinú le Tibredaring, ag a bhí bidech lá bheithe dearnach sa milion.
Rugg me mi na nolog, so bhí me roch agus roéitr agus rofiog don na manúri ag an am. Bhí na manúri Tiberdarn an nó sin bhí sé anládar. Mín bhui Tiberdarn séí in de chréibh na héirn in Oman na manúr ins na chégadé. So baiachar bheith an dat áil an bhirn. Hána mé chun tosig I chuige seach nuair a bhfuair UCD corn Vicibúna digantó. Agus más féidir leat immer go maith corn Vicibún tá tú réig de dearn an conde. I had an ambition to play for my club and especially to play for my county. And all I could see as a young lad was photographs of Tipperary teams and this famous trip to America in '26 and what they were great in those days. And I just wanted to be part of that.
Fuair sé sin ide chuige hocht. Treis de Hebredaring craibh na mónach rúchant, waller der Kilchonne choirthe lion I máta lechanis na héiren. Tú war nach ra éanaid an altach páirteach sa gomórtas an bhléin sin, scaoileú amana hina gaiileh, tíireach isteach sa glufi canis.
I suppose bhí an talam I chuige hocht nuair tháinig mé an bhirn, or tháinig seachtar imróí nua lumsa an bhirn sin. Ní raibh a cahar fága ó chuige héin nuair a bhuaigh siad an ó craibh na héirn seach bliain roimhe sin.
Let's have some more, says Jimmy Doyle, as he sends in to Nealon, who shoots Tipperary's 4th goal to give them a commanding lead.
Bhí mar 10 gúlín chun tosaigh ag leathaim agus bhuamar le 10 gúlín.
Through this point by Donie Nealon, who increased their interval lead.
Bhí se go híntaach agus bhí ansás bharm craibh na héir na bhuachant. Bhí as an dánar mar déirfa.
The following scenes indicate that this is not a game for the faint-hearted. Donie Nealon has another point for Tipperary.
Bhí seaca héin agus seaca dó bhuamar an sreath náisiúnta, bhuamar an Oireachtas agus bhuamar craibh na héirn.
Donie Nealon, the hero of so many past victories, puts Tipperary 1 point in front at the all-important stage. On Bua ag Tipperdarden on Laochra.
On that 64-65 era when I came on the Tipperary team, there were so many aspects of his game that were brilliant. And I always say about those players, they were so generous to guys like Mick Roach and myself when we came on. And Donie would have played a big part in that because he loved to encourage young lads. But his greatest asset was as a corner forward.
The whistle to throw in and the game is on. And first to break away are the men from Tip. But the way
the four Donie 3 cool agus in I gréibh na héirn well sin scór últach.
Donie Nealon goes away with the ball and he's tipping the ball away. Linda Manning, Sean McClellan, and Donie Nealon hits the goal. Hits the goal. And Tip almost on the corner flag. Again to Donie Nealon, who's lost his stick, but he gets it in near the goal. Not only one was just this one and hits the goal. Hits the goal. That's leading. The line from the forward and Sean McClellan is down here and again and Donie Nealon is getting it the goal.
Any one player had to do it now, he'd be an automatic hero. He'd certainly be an all-star status without even discussion.
It reminded me of the old dog hunting the rabbit. He'd let the young lads in, but when the rabbit come out, he'd finish it off.
And Donie Nealon hits the goal! Gets it in near the goal. Not only once misjudges this one and hits the goal! And again, and Donie Nealon is in and hits the goal!
Délig me ó fan cúpla úr. Agus bín job mór I dhéanamh.
To the smiling and happy Michael Murphy.
Chrúdú a ríist an bhliain dar géan, agus bhí a chúgiú bon ile éireann ag Donie, agus gan é ach sé bliana fichiid.
Doyle of Tipperary.
Bhí deisige ar an séú buna na idir 67 nuair a dimmer siad Kilchonne.
And the clearance comes out to Paddy Moore, and Paddy Moore into the goal mouth, and it's a goal! It's a goal!
Ní raibh fuair an rómhaith going I mo mi 67. Ní raibh well bhí mar dóchasach ach bhí mé gonna Kilkenny.
Some of it is Donie Nealon, and Donie wants to spot the ball. Out he comes with his right to tackle. Switch in the Tipperary team has Jimmy Doyle on the half line, and Donie Nealon in there with the ball now in the full line. Donie working his way through his shot, and it's a goal!
Chun fear na rá bhí an lámhóachtar ag tací Kilkenny freisin tosaí Tibredarden, ní dólam go bhór siad ach gá cúl agus seach cúlíní sa créamh cléthe I gcuine 3-8-4 Kilkenny.
Jim Lynch is in there, right the goal! It's a goal!
68 ó bhí tá mé críbris de fós a dtigann tú ón lá sin mar bhí mar 8 gúlín chun tosaí ag Lehammer agus uair bhí mar 1 chólín diaag chun tosaí.
Taken about 40 yards out from the Wexford goal, Donie Nealon to take it. And it's a lovely ball for, and it's a goal! Sean McLaughlin!
Ó mar a dún bhí Lochramon go hinnta chu fearr sa dara le.
It's low at the goal! And it's ready to fall in, and it's another goal!
Le cúig nómatí fága bhí mar 8 gúlíní ar an déhlia. Ach mar a dúr bhí mar andíach an críomhrichte in dhí sin.
Bhí sé geistige airías an nómhainte na idir 68 amach an bhuacab, ach chin sé immerster fe bliana bháin eile. Bhil corcaíad a glufi canis na mún a lá dearnach mar imreoid idir chundé.
Mick Roach back, but it's a goal!
Bhí sé réile sin immert, ach ní sé réile sin nómhaint, ná buí leir. Agus lehinnta imar Donie Nealon le Tibredarin hart, thosa sé geilúnt le nach chlab bordiés, ach níor bhada gur lí lochtan chundéir.
Díra goram I seachta héin. Éon chans go dúirí mé cawrdóir leis an gluthe, well tháinig mé seach an sin. Agus I seachta héin, bhí mé mar réálaí nó mar ilúnóir don fearn sínsir an fearn inar bheanach agus an fearn fé héin, an trí cín. So bhí mé anna an ág.
Ní cheadí tirs na réalacha, slitar nua, téidim agus éitram a úsáid a ruchlifa omana. Ach ar láflech, agus líimreach an cín ar lúb Donie na réalacha sin.
There's a free to tip dead straight in front of the goal.
Rit Donie is Jack le tuaile, agus ceapgach ilagine go raibh sé chun cumán babs a rimú leis an tuaile. Ach séidir bhí I gceiste ná go raibh slitar nua tirim I bholach istíg sa tuaile, agus thóg babs an slitar tirim amachchas an tuaile, agus chaig sés na hangacha iad, agus tá leis anna meag Donie Nealon I limnach a sin amach agus sé sin dreiballs Nealon a tan sin tanna matáir.
Bertar go bhór sé slitar tirim don éocht sin, ach ní lísa gom faoi sin.
And narrow the gap to 1 point. He tries for a goal, and they lead!
Fear cruúig a bheith mar banistóir, búntaach an duine chun spreige thuairt I seomra festais riftléthe, agus chuir sé gachród isteach san banistíocht díreach mar a chuir sé isteach san imar.
Roach in towards the goal, pulls out by right, a goal! It's a goal! And there goes the final whistle and Tipperary.
Ní sé cosúla gimmert, nó le héan an adó darnach. Ná, ní féidir comparáid ar dhéanamh leis an éachar, ní féidir.
An sin dag sé an bhainisteocht agus chóla hefaigeocht. Cha sé 7 mbliana fiad mar rónaí ar chóirle na mún, go dtí go raibh sé as in na 2000 agus 4.
Fuair Sean McCarrig bás I 7 agus dúirt cúpla daoine lumsa ba cóirde teasamh don fós sin heas mé agus bhuaigh mé le bhóta amháin.
Coming up to Munster finals, Donie's house he was just too available really, and there would be literally hundreds of cars, people coming looking for tickets. So I used to come and I'd go in through the house next door, which was Gil's, and climb through the fence and then go in and we'd be able to work together. Ostensibly he wasn't at home at the time.
Bhí an úlach ibre ag méadú blian in ag bliana Diggin tú. Yeah, agus dairi me beagani tirsach. Bhí mé an go láinig le ihe, diggin tú. Ach, go mór bhór bhfuil mé ansásah agus anteanamh as an job.
Bhí tríocha craobh na mún grúteag Tibredáin faoim líon 19 híon, ach teide bhaid sin 86. Crú fis Donie ríist.
There was a approach.
Crú fis Donie ríist.
There was approach made to myself first to know to take manager team. I don't like being manager, too much responsibility. I said no. Anyway, I was secretary of the Munster Council. It wouldn't look too well, and they were good enough to turn a blind eye. Well, they gave me permission to give Tipperary a hand to see could something to be done with them. You see, they were concerned about the state of hurling, status na hamana. But Irene Cush, I advised them to go to Babs because I had worked with Babs as a selector in the late 70s for a while, and I had seen his potential. He said to me he would take managership if I would be a selector with him.
We had complete confidence in each other. There was never any argument about changing players, and our thinking was as one.
When Donie was at training, you know, everything was watched, and he was meticulous in his attention to detail on the training pitch, and you know, really and truly, you know, you got away with absolutely nothing when he was around. I often get shivers when I think about that night. You'd know, he'd say, "Bobby," and it would echo around the stand, and you knew you had maybe gone out a little bit haphazardly with one hand on the hurley or something, but you'd know he was watching. I don't know how he kept a handle on 25 or 30 guys, but he did. He watched absolutely everything.
His great ability to raise the passion in the dressing room. Jeez, he was an expert. He was as good as I've ever seen or ever heard in a dressing room.
Bheith an gnéisisin dí níos mó naidíomh ribh am bhidéise in a hemmert chlufi canis na mún in 1986.
We all sat around getting our drinks and getting rubs and what have you. And the next thing, Donie appears in the dressing room, and he was a superstitious man. He wore a big long trench coat. He just came in with his long trench coat, spun around in the dressing room, and he spoke about the passion of Tipperary hurling and what it meant to the people of Tipperary, what it meant to us, what it meant to him. And he just spoke for literally 2 minutes. And you know, he finished up. He just spun around, as I said, in the dressing room, and just said, "I want you to go out and hurl with abandon, total abandon." He said, "Express yourselves and blow them away." And we did.
Scott Quirmy on steam on tomorrow, therefore.
In the midfield at the moment. Nice delivery to Donie O'Connell. Will he go for a goal or a point? He went for a goal. It came over to Brown. Michael Doyle. Tipperary have scored. It's a goal for Tipperary. To Pat Fitzell. Inside to Michael Doyle. This to wrap up the Munster final. Yes, a goal. A second. Dennis Walsh running back for it. Oh, he's left it behind him. Another chance for Donie O'Connell. Another goal. Yes. Oh, it's unbelievable. 15 seconds to go before the whistle.
I would put that Munster final in Killarney as one of the highlights of my life in the GAA, and particularly, say, in respect of anything to do with Tipperary. And other people would say that it was enjoyed and appreciated more than maybe any of the All-Irelands that were run.
The famine is over.
Bhín gorta hart ó yes cínte, ach tímo go chúg mún bhí Gael róach ó ben 87 agus an 88. Ach an 1989, bhfuil siad Gael an tíríú éireacht agus bhí ar a so glufi canis gon darna blian as a chéile.
We had the utmost respect for Antrim, and we prepared as if it was Kilkenny or Galway we were playing. Even we were well ahead at half-time, and we still had huge respect for Antrim. And that half-time in our dressing room was as tough a half-time as we ever put down. We had won the All-Ireland after, 18 years, and we celebrated accordingly, and you know, the famine was over really then.
To Babs, Donie and Theo, I say simply, thank you very much.
In 1990 híon, rá siad a dríú clufi canis in imach cheir bliana, agus an Tomsha an Sean Novod, Kilchunny in an eye.
Still a few seconds to be added on. Liam Welch, robbed, Pat Fox, that may seal it now. Magnificently put over the bar by Pat Fox. His fifth.
I'm relieved, I'm very happy for that team, for the whole panel, and for everybody concerned with the team, because they have now won in All-Ireland. They've beaten the cream of hurling, Limerick, Cork, Galway and Kilkenny. I hope they don't expect us to do anything else.
Hossis game Evlodach Eluna Omanicht, ag deir na Shaskadi, agus vi Donie teagas gan ó hús in éindí le go leor ó Manielle.
Elf Murray a hosige shin. Els had a campaign again on Amant a hort a rash.
Agus vi 16 omláin a going loan í glé an wifuin air, agus gach ein skill vi ar naun, gach skill a bhrishe ins na mion son rimar there ha.
All the great people, as I say, came there, and we all helped one another. We were there to help one another.
Vi sé naun cuidiú le gach duine go raibh lige air, agus rodia aharú chun an skill catí anamh ina cheart. Ba hrú agus ba déisnach an rodé gur chuig deire leis an legúrsa blian tú le mána in Amerson.
Imach do mána nar curiú deire le, ach atá go le neart go neart, is an pug fada a rachtáiltir gach saura léifte cholainne a gundan lo. Tá Donie na chairlach a goiste náisiúnta.
Cai sé dul sús an sléimh sin, tras na bar na sléite, agus síos sin le fána, go dtí an lína derna, go dtí an tú.
Good ball.
Tugann sé timpeall 3 uaire chun an cúrsa a chríocht nó, 5 kilometr. Tugann sé timpeall 5, 2 nó 3 nó 4 pocanna. Brahan sé ar an aimsir. Is cuid ar nairiclús dar tradiisiúna agus tásúla gom go leanaí sí le fada. Agus go mé sé níos sláidre is an blianta atá rói.
Cai mé rá gur duine gur bhaile am a bheith a gomsa ar méireann féin, mar déiting bheithe brathe ar a gcónaí.
He thinks and dreams, hurling.
I never met anybody with a desire to win like Donie Nealon.
I hated to lose, whether it was a game of cards or a game of 3 goals in. I never liked to lose.
The man was totally honest and straight in all his dealings. So honest and straight, and the virtue of integrity.
I gave back to my club and to my county many hours that they would get the enjoyment that I got out of playing the game of hurling. And I think I did my best at that. I'm still trying to do it, and I hope I continue to do it.